Hey friends, it's Anita here from Yoga Habit, your place for modern living yoga practices, and welcome to Yogmas. Today I've got for you yoga after a long travel. So if you've been spending a lot of time in transit lately, going to all corners of the world, trying to get to spend some time with your friends and your family, and you're feeling a little bit achy as a result, then this practice is for you. It's a whole body feel good practice that is meant to energize you and help you feel better and more comfortable inside your own body. When you're ready, we're going to start seated. So find a comfortable seat in the center of your mat. Legs crossed in front of you, hands on your knees. As you inhale, lift your shoulders up, up, up. And exhale, relax your shoulders away from the ears. One more time. Inhale to lift and squeeze your shoulders, and exhale, relax. We'll start with the neck, drawing small circles with your nose in one direction. And then switch and make the circles a little bit bigger. Go on the slow side, keep switching, and whenever you find this sticky point that you feel like, oh, I want to stay there for a little bit longer, feel free to do so. Knock yourself out. Switch the direction again and make the circles really big now. Make one huge circle and then switch, and another huge circle in the other direction. Now come back to center and interlace your fingers behind you, palms together. Draw your hands away from your ears. Draw your hands down. Project your chest upward. Let your knees fall to the ground. Inhale to open your chest even more. And as you exhale, release the hands and bring them to your knees. We're going to do seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, project your chest forward, look up, exhale, round, go as far as you can, round, round, round. Inhale, forward, exhale, round. And one more time, inhale, forward, exhale, round your back, and stay here for just a moment. Enjoy the stretch of the back, and inhale, come back to neutral. We're going to transfer to all fours now, neutral spine. And once you've found your grounding, then drop your elbows to where your hands are and glue your forearms to the ground. Walk your knees back, and as you exhale, melt your heart towards the mat, landing in puppy pose. You can keep looking in between your hands, so you can place your forehead to the mat and see how this changes the experience of this puppy pose. You may feel really different depending on the positioning of the head. Brilliant. And as you exhale, start lowering your hips and rippling your spine forward, eventually landing in Sphinx. Forearms stay where they are. Open your feet as wide as the mat. Gently press the pelvis towards the floor without squeezing the buttocks. And roll your shoulders up and back, pressing the floor away from you. So we're not collapsing here. This is active pose, also in the shoulders. And maybe gently look up. Or if you want a bit more stretch at the back, then tuck your chin in and look in between your elbows. Brilliant. Then lower all the way to the ground and press the floor away, landing in all fours again. Bring your right hand in the center. As you inhale, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your left hand underneath your right shoulder. Lower your shoulder and your ear to the ground. Maybe extend your right arm. Maybe keep your hand close to your head. This will also change the experience of this pose. As you inhale, press the floor away and switch. This time, left hand comes to the center. As you inhale, open your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right arm underneath your left. lower all the way to the ground. Bring your ear to the ground and maybe bring your hand, your left hand, keeping it close to your face or maybe extended, and see how this changes the pose. You should really feel this in your shoulders. And as you inhale, press the floor away. And we're going to go for the first dog of the practice. So tuck your toes in and press your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Ooh, okay. This may feel stiff. Don't worry. You're going to warm up and it's going to feel a lot more comfortable towards the end of the practice. Feel free to bring movement here. Maybe walk your dog. Maybe you're going to look underneath one shoulder and then the other. Or maybe you're going to make little circles or maybe some crazy movements with your entire body. Whatever feels good, feel free to experiment here. As you inhale, lift your right leg behind you and then bend your knees, stack your hips and then start drawing circles with your right knee. Going in one direction on 3 and then switch 3 big circles, make them as big as you can with that right knee. Eventually come to stillness, stack your hips and then drop that right foot behind you off to the left side of the mat and press your hips up, landing in Wild Thing. Keep pressing your hips up, extend, feel the stretch, whole body experience. As you exhale, come back the same way you came, landing in downward dog. Bring length into your back, press your hips up, and as you inhale, same thing on the other side. Left leg extends behind you. And then bend your knee and stack your hips. Really feel the stretch in your hips, in the psoas muscles, and then 3 big circles with your knee. In one direction, keep circling. And then switch the other direction. Oh yeah. It may feel a little bit hard, but try and make it as articulated as you can. Then stack your hips again and draw your left foot to the ground as you press your hips away from the floor. Keep pressing up, gentle arch in the back, whole body experience, and then exhale, come back to the floor. Brilliant. Down dog again. Bring length into your back. You should be warmed up by now. Keep pressing your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Tops of the thighs come closer towards your belly. And then as you inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step to the front of the mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, connect your palms overhead. Exhale, flow all the way to the mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower halfway. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing. As you inhale, lift your right leg behind you again. Bend your knee and step it forward. Your knee comes to your right hand and land in Pigeon. Extend your left leg behind you. Your hands in front of you. Spread your fingers. As you inhale, roll your shoulders up and back. Project your chest forward. You can either stay here, or as you exhale, maybe you will walk yourself down to your elbows. Or maybe you're going to stack your hands and place your forehead on top of the hands. Pigeon pose. Inhale and exhale to melt into this really intense hip opener. Feel free to go inward here and enjoy the release of tension from your body. As you inhale, press the floor away, tuck your back toes, lift your hips and step back to downward facing dog. And same thing on the other side. So as you inhale, lift your left leg behind you. Exhale, bend your knee and bring it just behind your left hand, bringing your shin across your mat. The shin can be parallel to the shoulder edge of the mat, but it doesn't have to be. It's never been in my case, and I'm still working towards it. So it's okay not to have it parallel. As you inhale, loop your shoulders up and back, press the floor away. Feel the stretch in the psoas muscle even more on the right side. And as you exhale, maybe you will melt towards the floor, coming to your forearms, or maybe stack your hands and place your forehead on top of them. Pigeon pose on the left side. With every inhale, feel this lengthening sensation, and with exhale, release and relax. Melting into this pose and letting your hips come closer towards the mat. Inhale to lengthen and expand. And exhale to relax. Brilliant. On the next inhale, press the floor away, tuck your back toes and step back to downward facing dog. Bring stillness into this dog, spread your fingers wide, straight arms, straight back, looking at your knees. Enjoy this release in your back. On the next inhale, bend your knees, look forward and hop to the front of the mat with your ankles crossed in front of you. Sit back, extend your legs in front of you. Legs either straight or with gentle bend in your knees. We're going to go for forward fold. So as you inhale, spread your arms and bring them overhead. And then exhale, starting from the hips, bring your belly towards the tops of the thighs first and fold forward. And then landing with your hands either on your shins, maybe your ankles, maybe the sides of the feet. Inhale to bring length. Exhale, fold. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, fold. If you've got your knees bent like me, with time, maybe you will walk your heels gently away from you, eventually working towards straightening lower legs. But that's not the most important thing. Brilliant. As you inhale, come to the center, connect the inner soles of your feet and bring them close to your hips. Interlace your fingers over your feet. Let your knees fall away from you. As you inhale, press your chest forward. Bring length into your back. And exhale, maybe you will bend your elbows and bring your chest closer towards your feet. Maybe it will be just a little bit. Maybe you will be able to fold completely. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Inhale and feel that gentle expansion of the skin of the back as you inhale. And exhale to release. This is a great hip opener. And if you've been sitting a long time, whether that's on the train or on the plane, this may feel really, really good right now. Awesome. On the next inhale, come back up, release your hands, extend your legs in front of you. Bring your hands behind you, draw your elbows together. Chest comes forward, point your toes as you inhale, press your hips up. Release your neck and keep pressing, keep squeezing your glutes and press even higher. Exhale, lower. Twice more like this. Inhale to lift your hips, creating a straight line with your entire body. Maybe release your neck. Exhale, lower. And one more time, inhale to press, press, press as far as you can. Press those hips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower, lower with control. Now interlace your fingers, pistol grip, and point your toes lower all the way to the ground. And now bend your knees, project your feet up towards the ceiling, and grab the outer edges of the feet, landing in happy baby. Relax your head and your shoulders, letting them come towards the mat. They don't have to be touching the mat, maybe they are. You can stay in stillness or you can rock from left to right, enjoying this other variation of a hip opener. Happy baby. Once you've had enough, release, extend your legs, open your palms up towards the ceiling, and we're going to close our eyes just for a moment, enjoying this final relaxation and a moment of stillness, where you don't have to do anything and you can just enjoy the nutrients of this practice. Relax everything from the sole of your feet, your hips and your chest, all the way to the muscles of your face and your scalp, letting your entire body press heavy onto the floor. You can either stay here enjoying this relaxation, or if you want to get going and maybe spend some time with your friends and family, start bringing movement back into your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers, and eventually bringing your knees to your chest and giving yourself a big hug. As you rock from left to right, eventually landing on one side of the mat, come back up to seated with your legs crossed in front of you. And close your eyes if you want to. And we're going to take a final breath together through your nose. Inhale and exhale everything out. Thank you so much for practicing with me. It was a pleasure. My name is Anita and I look forward to moving with you again. If you enjoyed this practice, give it a like, maybe share it with a friend, or even subscribe. It would be awesome to have you in the tribe, and all of these things immensely help this channel grow and reach a wider audience with these yoga practices. So thanks for your support, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye!